What up, YouTube? It's your man, Beefy Big Guns. We out here! Well, no, we're in the kitchen. This is an indoor exclusive. Alright, guys, cooking show. Let's do this! I have a confession to start with. And it's a little hard for me to talk about. But I didn't always know what to do with leftover trout. And that hurts. That hurt me. It was really hard to make them taste good again. I'm a huge believer in taking what you perceive about yourself, your own perceived weaknesses, and flipping them. Make them into strengths. And in this instance, I applied that same mindset to trout. I nailed it. I've actually taken this weakness, being a leftover trout. I mean, that's a good problem to have, but what am I going to do with this thing? And now I look forward if there's leftover trout, because we get to make some Cajun trout cakes out of it. One leftover 11-inch brown trout from one of the episodes you've seen me on recently. Can't wait to show you this one. It takes this kind of stuff and absolutely weaponizes it. It makes it just a gourmet thing that you can rely on. These trout need to get deboned. And I obviously cook them in a pretty rustic way, where we got the head on, we got the tail on. So the first thing you got to do is get this meat out of here. And the boning process is probably the lousiest part of all this. Actually, it definitely is. You take your fork, get it in that lateral line, and then this is just to kind of try to get it to pop up off of the ribs. Here you go, here you go. Oh, and then this upper loin is just popping right off of there. I gotta get my hand out of the way. This is really coming off nice though. You can see there's two little lines of bones in these trout. Ribs that go down, and then there's these little ones that stick out, but this meat is just peeling. Here you go, here you go. Oh, and then this upper loin is just popping right off of there. I gotta get my hand out of the way. This is really coming off nice though. You can see there's two little lines of bones in these trout. Ribs that go down, and then there's these little ones that stick out, but this meat is just peeling. I don't know how much my hand's been in the way. I hope it hasn't been the whole time. There, that one's coming off the ribs just right. So that was just really ideal. And you can see then that the ribs are intact right there. And it's okay to use your hands, because I know I'm up above the ribs then. There it is. So that's all the meat off of a 11-inch brown trout. We got the lump meat in the bowl. Now we're going to start seasoning it. Alright, YouTube, you can kind of see what I got going on here. The lump trout's in the bottom. I put many things into it, including diced yellow onion, chopped kale, an egg, Dijon mustard, mayonnaise, smoked paprika, salt, pepper, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, Italian breadcrumbs, and now we're going to mix it all together. Cajun seasoning. Cajun seasoning. We do a double dose of that. I mix it up good. now with like the first dash of it in there, and then I hit it all with the Cajun seasoning one more time so that really comes out. I can smell that the oil's getting hot. Little olive oil, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. In with the ice cream scooper. Get the scoop. Send it. We'll let it get a little crisp on it like that for a minute, and then we'll smush them down later. So in just a second we're going to get the spatula out, and we are going to knock those down and make them into a little bit more of patties, and at that point we will use a little chopstick to get the cake off of the back of the spatula. Alright, you can kind of see how they look once you're flipped. You can see on the where that original ball was, and then you smush them down however you can get them down. This is a sweet little technique to get the sticky batter off of the spatula. Little chopstick. And so those are just going to crisp up on that side, and they're done. I'll have a little presentation when I'm done, but pretty straightforward recipe. An amazing recipe for leftovers. Trout leftovers are not a problem anymore. Look forward to it. Alright, YouTube, finished product. Trout cake on the garden greens, and I'm super excited to eat it. This is just a little snacky poo before we go out and try to find some chicken of the woods mushroom tonight and check trail cams. Cajun trout cakes. If you have any additional questions, hit the comments up. We out here, man, making our own stuff that we catch and grow into food that we eat. Little honey mustard dressing up on top of there for the win. Have a good one.